And now watch with your hands that you don't try to take the neck down, because I know that, you know, that neck is popping up. So put your hands forward. Put your hands forward. Relax. Good. And just drop the reins for a second. And you can shorten your reins just to where you feel him, and that's it. And his head might go flying up in the air. That's okay. Do we give her permission to let her horse's head be above the aids? I know in a dressage barn it's like, oh, her horse is above the aids, you know, but it's okay. So just feel him and don't take a drop more, okay? And just let us see. And you can go, see, my horse's head is up in the air. It's okay. Good. So this horse, it's interesting because he definitely can stretch, but he's really quick he's equally as flexible in the other direction. And that can be tricky to ride. Sometimes the most nimble horses are not the easiest ones to do. So she kind of has an agreement with him that, like, if she leaves him alone, he can relax. But it's hard for him to find that freedom inside the movement. And so it often can feel like a choice. Either I'm happy and stretching, or we're doing something. And I can see why it would be really tempting to just get his nose in, right? Get him on the bit. What I want to try to do is just keep a little feel of his nose as like a reference point, but it's the part underneath, like from here to here, that I want to come up. So it's not about, and that's why I don't want you to think about getting his nose down. I want you to think about seeing how we can have the middle of him come up and relax through his shoulder. So I'm doing a lot of lateral sort of things, and this is the other thing that can make it hard, is if your horse goes sideways fairly easily, you know, sometimes you have to challenge them a lot before they change the way they're going to do things. So it's a little bit sticky, but I'm going to be pretty quick to use my stick to help so that I don't have to contort my legs so much. And tempting him to do something sideways with his shoulders, and I'm just going to experiment and see if I can find something that makes a bigger effect. Oh, good man. I'm doing, I'm in yoga class, right? I'm doing it slow and deliberately, and I'm trying to let him breathe into it. And I'm going to see if he can find a way to relax inside that. Good man, good man. Good. And if he gives a little hint of it, I'm going to let him know he has a direction. Now, I gave, and then he took a little bit more, but I still gave first. So, he softened, and then I gave. So I'm not worried about that little tug at the end right now. That's going to go away when he realizes he's not being restricted. He thinks he's being restricted right now. He's like, oh, you're making the space too small. I can't possibly fit in there. Good. And this is light. I know this looks ugly, but I'm just barely connecting with him. I just want to feel that we're connected. Good man. Good man. So close. There you go. This is going to feel so much better. There you go. Good, and when it's good, if it takes a long time, I'm really thinking, oh, this can't be comfortable, like what else could you do? And all the sideways stuff is just try to get him to experiment with a little different range of motion. And after he goes sideways for a little bit, I just kind of check for a second, like, now how do you feel? And let it go straight for a moment and just check, does that feel any different? Good man. You can feel so much on him, his little back muscles. I can really feel it under my butt. Tight and then soft, good. So, you know, getting up out of the saddle, like if it's a horse like this, who's really tight, and then they even start to think about softening, I'll just like give them room. You know, let them know that like, see, I'm not gonna trap you. It's such a vulnerable position, and these really sensitive type horses, they're just protecting themselves. Good. So he's got to really trust me, that if he gives me his back and I'm sitting on it, you know, there's a high chance that it could not be a good thing for him. So I'm really conscientious about that. I'm like, wow, I'm asking him to really make himself open and vulnerable. Good. It's like yoga. I'm thinking, oh, let's breathe through the tension. Relax your shoulders. Pretend you're on the beach with dolphins while we wait. Oh, good man. So he softens, and then, yeah, he wants to tug a little bit. Oh, good man. Good man. No, don't tug. And I'm just, again, it's not heavy. I just want to meet him, and right whenever I feel the tension, wherever he feels like he's leaning, I try to play with a range of motion in the other direction. Good. And it keeps coming back to this yield. The very first one we figured out, the shoulders to the right and his butt to the left, that's the one that I keep coming back to. It's like that's the one that seems to make the biggest impact. Their core crookedness is usually what's going to solve it all, and it's the hardest one to get. It makes sense. They're going to feel the most oh, good man, the most disoriented at first. Good man. That feels better. There you go. All right, can we try it at the trot a little bit? Good man. That feels pretty good. Good. And this feels pretty good because I was like just practicing what if I squeeze my hand? What if I touch him with my right leg? And he just said yes to everything there. I won't get you. Miriam's like, she's following me. Good. Nice. Oh, good man. Good man. It feels lovely. Good. Enjoying. Can we go the other way? Ooh. So this is going to be the weirder side because it makes sense to be moving away from the right shoulder when you're going to the right. But if I have to help him be aligned by moving off the right shoulder when I'm going left, it's like, that's weird. Good. But I'm going to do whatever he needs to feel like he's aligned inside his body. And I might experiment a little bit with myself. Maybe I'll twist. I don't know. Maybe I'm not sitting in exactly the right place. I can ask him little questions. Oh, good boy. Come on. Good. Oh, there's a snort in there getting ready to happen. Maybe I can't bend to the left at all yet. Maybe I just have to practice going on a circle left without doing any of his normal crookedness. And later I can try to figure out how to bend. Good. Yeah, if I try to think about bending left, he can't bend left yet. But let's say, let's not try to bend, let's just try to not contort. That would be a good place to start. And right now, to get rid of the contortion, I actually have to bend a little bit the other way. Good. Oh, good man. Nice. You can, I'm giving it to you. You don't have to take it, I'm giving it to you. Slippery little thing. Come on. It feels nice when he's there. Really nice. Ooh. So that's going to be, whoopsie. I was going to say, it's going to be a habit. We have to pose for our statue in front of the castle, honey. I'm not going to get off. That's okay. This is good. Come on. We could do that. We could do this. Oh, good man. So I'm just out wiggling him. Wherever he leans, I just wiggle the other way. If something's stuck and braced, I'm just going to move something. Get something moving and changing. Good. Oh, good man. There we go. No, wait. There's our castle pose. Yeah, good. You know, you get the idea? So I'm talking to the middle. I'm trying to move the middle of him back and forth. Good, until he gets nice and puffy. Good man. And then we can get these muscles all puffed up. Was that helpful?
Yeah.
To give you a picture?
Yeah, I have to do way more than I'm doing.
Yeah, way more in a certain area.
Yeah.
Don't work harder,
No,
just get a little more.
But I mean, every yield you do it for longer and more, and you switch to different yields more.
Yeah, and that's where it's really hard to explain. Like, how could I explain exactly what that was? It's like, you have to feel it and go, if he's leaning this way, go that way. If he's yielding and he's making use too much leg, I mean, I just touch him like that. Like, don't use any more leg than that.
Okay.
That's it. Otherwise, you're going to start contorting and tightening. It's like, just play with it, play with it. If it's getting stuck, just change it. And you'll start to get little hints. There's just a little moment where it's like, oh, there's a glimmer.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of keep heading that direction. But the reins also, again, just like meet him. Don't try to, if he contracts, if you start to contract back with him, it's going to make it harder because we're trying to get this, and so if there's anything pulling backwards, so it's just a matter of meeting him where he is, and then playing with the middle of him.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much. Yeah, the thing is, he's so sensitive that he does not let me make mistakes. And yeah, it can also make you fall into pitfalls that you know you should not do.
Me too.
And now that in just this one lesson I could feel again how it should be done, is so valuable. And
It's gonna make me cry.
I'm just amazed at how powerful these lessons can be compared to all the writing lessons you can have with other people that also say that they know how it should be done. So
Hey, oh, you made me cry.
thanks.
Oh, you're so welcome.
And I'm also glad that Karen did not have in 10 minutes like, ta-da!
Everybody likes to see me struggle.
Well, that's a struggle, but at least,
I know.
you know.
Yeah.
So, thanks.
No, it's not easy, but you know, I still love it. I get so much joy out of just that. I could play with that all day, and you know, I look at you guys, and all I can see is how amazing you guys are and can be, and just, you know, if I can help you guys get along with each other, that's it. That's everything. Happiness first. And
Well, you look happy, so.
yeah, and
That's okay.
yeah, that's awesome.